Hi, everyone, and welcome in to another episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. My name is Josh Albrecht, and with me, as always, is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht.
That's right, Josh Albrecht and Josh Albrecht, and we are very, very excited to have on our guest today, Jerrod Woods from Summerfest for the third
Timers Club.
Yep.
Do I get a plaque?
No, we don't have the jacket.
Yeah.
We might by five.
By five.
By
the
five?
fifth time, we're going to do a ceremonial jacket. Yeah,
Well,
for
I'm
sure.
dedicated. I'm dedicated. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for coming back. So I joked about this before we started that I feel like Jerrod can't go anywhere without, like, before people even say, hey, how you doing? It's, so who's coming to Summerfest this year?
Yeah.
Hey, so who's coming to Summerfest this year? So before we actually ask you the question of, hey, who's coming to Summerfest this year, I want to know, like, can you explain to people a little bit first about what you do with Summerfest and what happens outside of, like, a month before and a month after Summerfest?
Yeah, Jerrod, because you're an actual human. You're not just a conduit to good times.
Not a
Very
robot.
popular belief.
Yeah, you could say, people, that was the first question I think I got asked from family members when I was like, hey, I'm going to go take this new role at Summerfest. They're like, oh, what are you going to do the rest of the year? I'm like, well, it takes time to plan. And obviously at Henry Meyer Festival Park, we do a ton of other events, obviously with all the ethnic and cultural festivals. But for Summerfest, our booking team is already planning and booking artists for 2027. Like that is how far out the music industry operates, where they're operating 1, 2, sometimes even 3 years, especially for artists like Ed Sheeran, who are doing stadium shows across the entire country. Besides us, we're the only festival that he's headlining the entire country. That planning for those artists starts literally that far in advance. So for us, we're always working super far. For me, obviously on the marketing end, we got to get the artists first. So once the artists are booked, then, we obviously put together a really strong strategy about not only advertising in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, core markets like Chicago, but we really expand our reach nationally because, with some of the artists that we have this year, obviously with Garth Brooks, legendary country artist, artists like Muse, who they have never played the festival before, believe it or not, for how long they've been around.
Wow, that is surprising.
So they're a super exciting act. They currently don't have any other dates announced right now but us. But yeah, so it's one of those things where once the artist plan comes together, then my work really starts of trying to obviously bring as many fans here from around the world as possible.
And so how does that work with getting the bands? Is it like a bidding process? Is it just like the way that we try to schedule things with friends as adults of, what are you doing on like the 25th of June?
Giant group chat.
Oddly enough,
how does that work?
Oddly enough, it is kind of like that. It's kind of like you got to go slow into it, obviously. So it's like we always have a target list of hundreds and hundreds of artists that we're going after every single year. I mean, we've put in offers for artists like Sabrina Carpenter, who's obviously a massive pop artist, I think every single year for the past 3 years. And it always really depends on if the artist is touring, if they're doing anything. That also depends on if they have a new album. If they have a new album, usually they're doing some type of a tour. But sometimes artists will do only festivals during the summer. Obviously, that's a benefit for us. But the past couple times when we've tried to do stuff with, like, again, a Sabrina Carpenter, she's either been doing a tour run or she was playing Lollapalooza, which if she's playing Lolla, usually not going to play us. Sometimes it works out. But yeah, so it's one of those things where we're always reaching out to hundreds of artists every single year. And then we work with their teams to figure out, okay, what's a date that works? Is it going to be part of your tour? Is it just going to be a one-off show when then they're flying in and literally flying out the next day? So there's a lot of different variables that kind of go into it.
What's the behind the scenes like? So we're in the Summerfest office right now, let's say, right?
Okay.
And I am envisioning some sort of amazing old giant wall board of wooden,
draft.
like a draft,
draft board,
wooden planks.
All right, Carpenter's out.
Right, and you're just moving it. You're moving it. I'm sure it's like all computer based and Teams or something now, right? But wouldn't it, like, you guys should go old school, just like signs on a board?
I do like the draft board concept because I think obviously our entertainment team does an incredible job booking our lineup every single year. For being who we are, being a festival that really caters to so many different genres. There's not a lot like us out there. So they do kind of have to have a really big starting board, to your point, to begin with, because then you kind of have to narrow it down because they're obviously trying to get artists from as many different genres as possible. Right. You obviously have your legendary acts like Styx, Charlie Wilson,
David Lee Roth,
who are all playing the festival. But I mean, there's also not that many heritage acts left at this point, unfortunately, too. That's the reality of it. So it's always finding that balance from our side to making sure we're still getting that, because we still have that audience basis. I mean, everyone who is a passionate music fan, or even just a music fan in general, those are legendary bands that people want to go and see no matter what. So for us, it's always kind of finding that balance.
Do you have a internal clock, so to speak, of percentage? Like, do you just storm in, you as Jerrod, storm into the room of the planning and be like, guys, we're only at 9% classic rock. We need to be at 10%.
What are we
doing? I love to think our entertainment team listens to me more than they probably do.
Yeah.
I definitely will share my thoughts and opinions, and especially from a strategy side, because obviously they are so in it, doing the negotiating with the artists, the managers, the agents, everything like that. That sometimes I will point out and be like, hey, we're missing a little bit of this genre. Can we try? Are there any artists that you guys are pursuing that we could maybe look into? Or maybe, I know for a fact, because we use different platforms, a platform called Chartmetrics, which has a ton of different stats for artists, not only from radio play to social following, engagement,
on base percentage.
Maybe.
Right.
But it's one of those platforms that then I'll go to our entertainment team and be like, hey, these artists are growing very, very quickly based on their social stats. Maybe it's someone, if you haven't looked into, take a look and see what's going on.
How often do you get asked or get told, you should get? Who Summerfest should have?
I think every single day of my life, as I'm, like you said, people are always like, hey, Jerrod, how are you? And then the next question is, who's on the Summerfest lineup? And I'm like, I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking. That's all I'm going to tell you, because it is one of those things where, obviously we love our fans so much. We love how excited our fans get, the community gets. For us, it's obviously a big secret because we want the reveal to be exciting for everyone. So I think for me, it's one of those things, I would love for people to ask me a little bit more about how I'm doing my life before they go straight to Summerfest. But that's part of the game.
In the future,
it's exciting.
I think in the future, I might just, if I see you in the community, maybe we're at Sendix or something at the grocery store. Maybe it's at a networking night. I'm just going to start yelling bands at you from across the room.
And just see
Old Crow Medicine Show.
I love it. You just went through. You explained the whole process. Everything that you guys put into this, and then it comes out, and it's I can't believe they didn't get this person. I guess this person. After you do all of this work and you put this out, so I can't wait for us to do that.
Yeah.
Next segment, when we come back, stay tuned on Joshing Around Milwaukee. Welcome back, everyone, to Joshing Around Milwaukee. Josh Albrecht here, Josh Albrecht there. Jerrod Woods, our guest today. And Jerrod, all right, in the last segment, I love the in-depth, behind-the-scenes look at how the lineup and everything comes together for Summerfest. So who's coming to Summerfest?
Well, I love our lineup this year. I think first, obviously, we always announce some of our headliners first, which I know a lot of people wear, but, we have some incredible artists this year. I think a lot of artists that maybe even some people probably didn't think that we would have had. Like I mentioned earlier, obviously Ed Sheeran. This is the first time he's been back here since I think 2015 when he headlined earlier on in his career. But he's doing stadium shows all over the country, and then he's playing Summerfest, which is awesome.
Yeah, incredible.
Huge win.
It's one of those things, too, where fans who are so used to seeing that caliber of an artist playing a stadium of 65, 70,000 people, now you get to come and see him in a more intimate atmosphere in front of 23,000 people. It's a totally different experience. So I'm really excited for that show. Tons of incredible other headliners. Like I said, Garth Brooks, Megan Maroney. She just put out a brand new album.
Yep.
Incredible female country artist. We've got hip hop and R&B artist Don Toliver, who also just put out a brand new album. He's been on the charts literally since the moment the album has dropped. So again, one of those super cool artists. But then, when it comes to the lineup, I think, again, it's something that we have for everyone. We got, obviously, your awesome heritage acts like Charlie Wilson, Styx, like we talked about, David Lee Roth, the Family Stone. So of Sly and the Family Stone, Sly's obviously, unfortunately, no longer with us, but it's the 60th anniversary of the band, so they're going to be playing Summerfest. They've obviously played the festival a lot, so that's super cool. Echo and the Bunnymen for all you New Wave fans.
That's you, Josh.
That's me. That's all me.
That's a super cool.
I don't know them. I don't know them. That's not one I know.
You do now. That's the beauty of Summerfest. You're going to know them.
100% true.
Yeah.
It is. They are an incredible band. So this is the first time that they've toured in a really long time. So very excited to have them.
Sweet.
Yeah. But beyond that, obviously we've got some other great alt indie, alternative bands. We got like Hot Mulligan. I think our entertainment team has done a really good job of booking these curated lineups throughout the festival. So like the day, if you're a Hot Mulligan fan, which is a pop punk alternative band, you're going to be able to see State Champs, which is another one, and then Red Jumpsuit Apparatus play before them. So you can basically go and hang out at a stage all day long, and then in between go and check out all the incredible things going on. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton of other artists. Would definitely go through them. We got some cool first timers that have never played the festival. Like I said, Muse, Tosh Sultana, who is an awesome, phenomenal female guitar player, kind of rootsy. So really excited to have her. Tucker Wetmore, very, very, very popular up and coming country artist. That show is going to be a little crazy. He was actually supposed to open for Thomas Rhett at Alpine. I think it was last year, but then I think they had storms come through that night. So his set only ended up being like, I think 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So I think there's a lot of anticipation for him to be back in the market and to go and play a show. So that'll be super cool. Obviously for us, we kind of have a list of what we would call our must-see artists. So artists that I think, not only are we excited for from the festival side, but also artists that are continuing to grow really, really quickly. There's for the EDM fans, Subtronics. That is going to be.
That's huge.
I will get there for sure.
That is going to be.
It's going to be amazing. Like, that's what's so beautiful about Summerfest. The crowd is just going to be so into it.
It's going to be
before
crazy.
you know it, even if you don't typically listen to it, the energy just pulls you in.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for one of the highest energy shows, go to Subtronics. Your chest will be shaking because there will be a lot of bass with it. So it'll be really, really good.
That's Josh. That's right up. That's right up Josh's alley.
And I know for you, being a pop punk fan, we're gonna have bands like All Time Low, which is super exciting.
Yes. See, that is me.
That's right.
The Academy is. They're a band that they haven't toured or been to Milwaukee in quite some time, and they just put out a single recently, and I think they're putting out their album very soon as well, if it's not out already. So that's super cool to have them back in the city. But yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited. And I mean, the great thing is that there's so many major acts that he didn't even name and all of that. And you're like, oh, that's amazing lineup. And like, I don't think you even mentioned Post Malone. I don't think you mentioned Alex Warren.
Nope.
I don't think you mentioned Jelly Roll. I don't think you mentioned The Roots. I don't think you mentioned Stephen Marley. Like, there's so many big names coming that you were rattling off there for 5 minutes and didn't even get to Post Malone.
I felt like I needed to take a breath because I could keep going. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, perfect example, Buju Banton and Stephen Marley, legendary reggae artists who haven't performed together in, I think, a minute. And Buju, I don't know if he's ever been, I think he's been in Milwaukee before, but he's never played Summerfest before. So again, it's really cool to have these artists who, I mean, we've been around for 58 years. To find artists that we haven't had yet is a little challenging at times, unless they're obviously very brand new. So to have someone like him is super exciting. I know a lot of parents and their kids will be excited about this person. We're going to have Audrey Nuna, who is part of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Stop everything.
It's good. Look, Josh, have you seen it? Have you seen the movie? First
How
off?
many times?
Right.
Maybe 60?
This is going to be big.
Also, that might be the most diverse crowd
Oh, for sure.
of
All
a show
ages.
in the history of Summerfest.
It's gonna be, when this gets out and people have been clamoring for it. It's gonna get crazy.
6-year-olds to 60-year-olds. It's going to be nuts.
It will be. It'll be a cool show because I mean, she's obviously becoming she's always had a music career, but she's become obviously a superstar ever since that has come out. And I know they're obviously planning to K-pop Demon Hunters too.
Right.
So it'll be a really cool show. You know, we've got a ton of other artists I could go through. Megadeth. That's going to be a massive rock show for us.
Yeah,
Huge. That's on July 4th. So talk about happy 250th birthday, America.
100%.
Come rock out to Megadeth. So that'll be cool. Plus,
I mean, that's a huge day because Jelly Rolls on 4th of July too,
Jelly
right?
Rolls on the 4th too. Yep.
That's,
So
I mean, every day's like the lineups are going to be insane, and people are going to be able to just go. That's the beauty of Summerfest. You just pick a day, pick 2 days, pick a weekend, Pick all 9 days.
Come the whole time, baby. I think that's one of my favorite parts is even for me, there's artists who I am not super familiar with, but then I obviously, as part of my job, want to listen to them, get to know them, understand who their audience is. So we're marketing to the right audience. But at the same time, I end up finding new favorite bands every single year. So like for me this year, Flip Turn, they're a super cool alt indie band. They played the festival a couple years ago, but like at like a 2:00 slot or 4:00 slot, and now they've just gotten bigger and bigger, and now they're headlining one of our nights. So it's cool to see that progression as well from a lot of artists.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of people that I've brought into the city that have gone and one of the things, Josh, that you brought up that's so cool is even if you don't have a band that you're specifically there to see, if you're just walking down, it separates enough to where you just that one's, and then you just kind of get drawn in to it, and then you don't even realize like now you're halfway to the stage. You're like, I didn't even plan on seeing this band, but the way that everything is set up just works so perfectly. Yep. It's great.
I want to say, I think it was the last night of 2025. There's an artist called Sasquatch.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
And if
the legend.
you guys, no one probably knew who he was, but I was in my office.
You do now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in my office and I walked out to the Miller stage. It was literally all the way back to the pathway because he puts on this incredible, he's literally a guy dressed in a Sasquatch outfit playing the saxophone. And
genius.
One of the most mind-blowing shows I've ever seen, but it was one of the most fun shows ever. So it's one of those things where just go to the festival, step outside your comfort zone, go see an artist you don't even know, because again, you will probably have a better time than you're ever going to even realize it.
Awesome. That's so great. That's also not the only reason why you should go to Summerfest, though. We're going to continue the conversation with Jerrod when we come back on Joshing Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Joshing Around Milwaukee. We're here with Jerrod Woods from Summerfest. Jerrod, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing some of those artists that are going to be coming to Summerfest. We're obviously so excited. What more can you tell us about just any nuggets that we might be seeing that could be new coming this year? And also, for people that are hearing those bands, Josh, we've talked about it. I'm a planner.
Yep.
You got to plan it out. What's the best way for them to get all this information and start planning out their process?
First, I would definitely say go to our website. We have an entire, you can search by day, everything. I will give a shout out to Milwaukee Record too. The day that our lineup comes out every single year, I don't know how they do this so quickly, but they put together an entire Summerfest guide day by day, hour by hour of everyone you want to see. So obviously at some point we'll have our Summerfest app that will come out, working through the process of getting that all ready to go. But a lot of different ways. You can always follow us at Summerfest on socials, across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever. We got a lot of info on there as well. But yeah.
Awesome. Is there like all of the food? We're still going to be able to get a sampler platter.
Dude,
right?
it
like,
says
is this even a question?
It's 50th.
Yeah.
It's one of those things
Come on.
where, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Is there going to be like special?
It is special. There doesn't have to be anything
No.
special added to it. It already is magnificent.
For the 50th? I don't know.
You just have to eat 50 of them.
Actually,
That's not going to be a problem.
I love that idea. Can we do that?
That's what me eating 50?
A punch card? Eat 50 sampler platters, get a free ticket for next year.
Yeah.
I do have a dream that we have the largest Saz's sampler platter ever. I don't know.
Let's go.
That's something I'm pitching. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition.
How Visit Milwaukee can help, let me know. I am all in.
Yeah. We got to interview Saz on the show.
Nice.
And I just ended up eating mozzarella sticks for half the time and forced Josh to talk because I had mozzarella sticks in front of me. But we discovered about each other in that moment how much we both love the sampler platter.
Oh my gosh.
And so this is a real thing. We're in. 50th, let's do it. We'll do something.
I think we should try and do that. I love that. It's one of those things where it's like I have learned, as now obviously being with the festival for a while, you have to pace yourself. So good luck doing 50. If I try to do too many weekend one, I'm like weekend two. I'm like, I feel like weekend one I made some maybe poor decisions on my eating habits.
You have that little time to rest. You go right back in.
Yeah, we got a few days to rest.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I think I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to watch you eat 50,
Listen,
I have faith
you
in
got to
you.
be in the mindset. You got to plan, and you got to
Right.
be in the right mindset.
You can
Yeah.
share. I
Enjoy
mean,
the
I don't think you have
fest.
to eat the whole thing by yourself. I think you can
Right.
share.
I guess.
You can
I guess.
share with the other Josh Allred.
I guess
That's
it
the
is
way
why
to
they
do
call it the sampler platter.
That's
So you can
exactly
share.
right.
It's
Yes.
for friends. But yeah, no, we obviously, I do want to give a shout out to Saz. Obviously, congrats to 50 years. Huge deal. Huge part of our, they created the sampler platter, or I think it was the mozzarella stick
Yeah.
specifically for Summerfest way back in the day. So there's a lot of history with us. So super happy for them.
But all the foods are amazing. So many
All of
great
them.
partners.
We have so many
year
incredible
after year.
partners.
Yeah, like just
All of them.
where do you start even?
How
The
can
sampler platter. And then you get the smoke, the turkey leg smoke when you go past.
Mr. Goolsby's
And then
baby?
you go to Goolsby's, you get a cheeseburger with like a major cheeseburger.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Ian's Pizza, love them. Yeah,
you got Dan Dan coming back?
Dan.
Maybe.
I think Dan is going to be there again this
All
year.
right.
Okay.
Because that was a big
Excited.
deal when he was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Fresh off a Top Chef.
Yep. So, yeah, I think that's one of the things, too. It's like we've got so many incredible local vendors that, you can go and try so many different types of food and beverages and whatnot. So, but beyond that, obviously we're going to have our admission promotions coming out. It's a great way to support the community, plus gain free admission or discount admission throughout different days of the festival. We'll have a ton of different experiences being announced at a later date, too.
Yeah, don't sleep on daytime. It's a different vibe. Daytime.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get all the
But it's great.
the freebies from brand activations. And
Yep.
Just you gotta get the daytime vibe. You gotta get the nighttime vibe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great vendors, great music, great time. Summerfest. Boom.
I like that tagline.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, nailed it. All right. Well, thank you, Jerrod, so much for being here. We appreciate you. We appreciate all you do. We appreciate you dealing with us shouting band names at you randomly on the street. And we really hope you come back for
Salt and pepper.
year 4.
No. I'm just gonna buy more earplugs and just wear them all the time. Thanks, guys, for having me. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you so
expect
much.
my plaque in 2 years from
Yes,
now.
yes, you will. And thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. For more information, of course, go to visitmilwaukee.org. All right, everyone, thank you again so much for watching this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. We're hanging out with Jerrod Woods, and if you're seeing this part of the show, it's because you're watching or listening on one of Visit Milwaukee's social media channels, and we really do appreciate it. Jerrod, this is the part of the show where Josh asks the most difficult question to answer. Josh, take it away.
All right, to tee it up, Jerrod, there's a lot of cool things going on in Milwaukee right now.
Always.
Always something cool going on. Visit Milwaukee, we call this Fresh City Vibes. What is giving you Fresh City vibes right now?
So I've got 2.
Oh,
I'm a man that enjoys his beverages, both in the morning and the evening. So in the morning, being obviously at Summerfest, working the 3rd Ward, Discourse Coffee. It is one of those home away from homes for me. I hit it almost a little too often, almost once a day to fuel me through the festival. But, they have incredible coffee, just a great atmosphere. It's a great place if you need to step away from your office or your desk. Go hang out at Discourse. Obviously, with Radio Milwaukee right there, too. For them, obviously, it's a great space. So highly recommend them. And then me being a Wauwatosa guy, I love Draft and Vessel. Draft and Vessel in downtown Tosa.
Yeah.
It is also a home away from home. Maybe not a good thing, but it's one of those places where, again, like the atmosphere inside of it is credible. Love the people there who run it. They have incredible different beer from not only locally, but all over the country. A lot of stuff that you may not be able to try. So it's one of my favorite spots in town. And I'm excited to go there during summer because they've got an awesome back patio as well.
Fantastic.
Two good choices. It's like he's done this before. I gotta tell you, Jerrod, a lot of times when we have guests on and we talk to them and we ask them what's giving them, a lot of times they say Summerfest. Like that's their
Really?
thing. Like
I love
way
that.
more than so. It's a big thing. And if you're listening to this and this is your first time hearing us talk about Summerfest, it really is a staple of Milwaukee and a Milwaukee summer. So absolutely you should be putting that on your calendar to be a part of Summerfest this year in 2026. And thank you so much again, Jerrod, for being with us today.
Thank you for coming.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you next time. For more information, go to visitmilwaukee.org. Thanks so much.
2 Joshes are better than 1.
take everything in my power to make it through it. Thanks for coming.
We're leaving that in.
Do not give
We're leaving that in.
Can we re-record that?
I'm gonna pass out.
I realized it right after I said it. I'm like, no.
That's right.
Oh my God.